Simple daily habits that keep your memory strong and brain sharp after 60. Today we're going to talk about something that touches every single one of us as the years go by. How we can keep our wonderful minds sharp, active, and filled with joy as we age. You see, our minds are one of the greatest treasures we have. The memories we hold, the stories we carry, the wisdom we've gathered, and even the little sparks of curiosity that still light up our hearts. They all live inside this marvelous organ we call the brain. But just like our bodies, our brains need a little care and attention every day. Think about it this way. If you wanted your muscles to stay strong, you wouldn't expect them to grow by sitting still all day, right? You'd give them some movement, maybe a short walk or a stretch. The brain is no different. It thrives when we give it small, regular challenges, just like muscles thrive when we exercise them. Now here's the wonderful news. Boosting your brain doesn't mean you need to spend money on fancy gadgets or complicated programs. It doesn't mean you have to sit in a classroom or learn something difficult that makes you feel overwhelmed. Not at all. The truth is, our brains are happiest with the simplest things. A conversation with a loved one, a gentle walk outside, a puzzle or a new word, or even just taking a moment to breathe deeply and relax. These are things we can all do, every day, in the comfort of our own homes or neighborhoods. And what I love most is this. You are never too old to give your brain a little extra sparkle. In fact, scientists have shown that our brains can keep growing new connections no matter what age we are. Isn't that amazing? Even in our 70s, 80s, and 90s, our brains are still ready to learn, adapt, and flourish. So today, I invite you to join me on this gentle journey. Go ahead and make yourself comfortable. Maybe pour a cup of tea, settle into your favorite chair, or simply take a deep breath and relax. Because together, we're about to explore some simple daily brain boosters, small but powerful habits that will help keep your mind sharp, your memory brighter, and your days filled with more joy and energy. Let's begin. Section 1. Understanding brain boosters. Before we jump into the daily habits themselves, let's take a moment to really understand what we mean by the phrase brain boosters. Now let's start with the first word, brain. When we say brain, we're not just talking about the gray matter inside our skulls. We're talking about everything that makes us who we are on the inside. Our brain is the keeper of our memories, the stories of our childhood, the faces of loved ones, the lessons we've learned. It's also where our focus lives, the ability to pay attention, to solve a problem, to follow a recipe, or to enjoy a good book. And let's not forget our creativity, those sparks of imagination that come when we hum a tune, doodle on a piece of paper, or dream about something new. The brain is also our decision maker, our mood regulator, and even our center of joy. In other words, the brain is the command center of our lives. Now the second word, boosters. What do we mean by boosters? Well, think about a booster seat in a car. It lifts a child up so they can see better. Or think about booster rockets on a space shuttle. They give the extra push that helps it soar higher. A booster is simply something that gives a little extra power, a little extra lift, or a little extra energy. So when we put the two words together, brain boosters, what we're really saying is small things we can do that give our brains a lift. They don't replace our natural abilities, but they help us use those abilities more fully. And here's the beauty of it. These boosters don't have to be complicated, expensive, or tiring. They're simple, everyday habits, the kind of things you can do in just a few minutes here and there. Think of it like caring for a plant. If you've ever had a house plant or a little garden, you know that plants don't need anything too fancy. They just need a little water, some sunshine, and a bit of attention each day. And when you do that, the plant stays green, strong, and beautiful. Our brains are the same way. If we give them a little attention every day, a gentle challenge, some nourishing food, some fresh oxygen, some kindness. They stay active, alert, and happy. So when we say simple daily brain boosters, we're really talking about watering and feeding the garden of your mind. Small steps that help your memory stay fresh, your thinking stay sharp, and your spirit stay joyful. Doesn't that sound encouraging? Doesn't it feel good to know that keeping your brain healthy doesn't require huge changes? Just a little care every single day? Section 2. Why brain boosting matters. As we grow older, many of us notice little changes in our memory. Maybe we put our glasses down and can't quite remember where. Or we walk into the kitchen and suddenly wonder, now what was I coming in here for? If that's ever happened to you, and I'm guessing it has, I want you to know this. You are not alone. This kind of forgetfulness is perfectly natural. It happens to everyone, and it doesn't mean your brain is broken. It simply means your mind, like your body, is asking for a little bit of extra care. You see, the brain is like a muscle. Imagine your arms or legs. If you don't move them much, they begin to lose their strength. But if you give them gentle exercise day after day, they stay strong and useful. The same rule applies to your brain. If we don't challenge it or keep it engaged, it can grow a little sluggish. But if we do use it, if we stretch it, play with it, nourish it, it stays active and alive. Now here's the really exciting part. For a long time, people believed that once we reach a certain age, our brains stop growing, stop learning, and simply decline. But science has proven otherwise. Even in our 70s, 80s, and beyond, our brains can create new connections. This wonderful ability is called neuroplasticity, a fancy word that simply means the brain can keep rewiring itself, learning new tricks, and staying flexible. Isn't that incredible? And the best part is this. Keeping our brains sharp doesn't require huge, complicated efforts. You don't need a college degree, expensive courses, or fancy technology. In fact, what works best are the simple, enjoyable habits you can do in the comfort of your daily life. Things like chatting with a friend, doing a crossword, learning a new recipe, or taking a short walk. These little actions send powerful signals to your brain that say, stay awake, stay alive, stay growing. So why does brain boosting matter? Because it's the key to keeping our independence, our confidence, and our joy in daily living. A strong brain helps us remember the stories we love, recognize the faces of those we cherish, and continue to discover new joys each and every day. And isn't that what life is all about? Holding on to our memories, staying curious, and continuing to shine at every age. The daily brain boosters, 10 minutes total. 1. Movement for the mind, 2 minutes. Did you know walking is one of the best brain boosters? When you move your body, you send fresh oxygen and blood to your brain. That keeps your brain cells healthy. Take a gentle walk around the block. Do a few stretches while sitting. Even dancing to your favorite old song in the living room counts. So remember this phrase, when your body moves, your brain grooves. 2. Feeding the brain. Our brains love good food. Just like a car runs better on the right fuel, our brains work better with the right nutrition. Nuts, like walnuts or almonds, are brain-friendly. Fish with omega-3, like salmon or sardines. Fresh fruits and colorful vegetables, especially berries. Even drinking enough water is a brain booster. A dry brain is a tired brain, so keep that glass of water nearby. 3. Learning something new. Learning doesn't stop when school ends. In fact, learning is like gym class for your brain. Try a crossword puzzle or Sudoku. Learn a new word each day. Pick up a simple hobby like drawing, knitting, or learning to play a song on a harmonica. It doesn't matter if you become an expert. The fun is in giving your brain something fresh to chew on. Fourth, social connection. One of the strongest brain boosters is simple. Talk to people. When we chat with friends, laugh with family, or even share a story with a neighbor, our brains light up. Conversation exercises memory, listening, and imagination. So make it a habit to reach out. A quick phone call, a cup of coffee, or joining a community group. All of these keep the brain strong. 5. Rest and relaxation. The brain also needs time to recharge. Sleep is like a housekeeping service for your brain. While you rest, your brain cleans out waste and makes space for new memories. Aim for 7 to 8 hours of sleep if you can. Short naps are fine too. Try gentle relaxation like deep breathing, prayer, or meditation. A rested brain is a sharper brain. Section 4. Daily routine example. Now, my friends, you might be wondering, this all sounds wonderful, but how do I actually fit these brain boosters into my everyday life? That's a great question, because let's be honest, sometimes when we hear about new habits, it can feel overwhelming, like we need a whole new schedule. But the truth is, boosting your brain doesn't require big changes. It's about adding little moments of care into the rhythm you already have. Let me give you a simple, practical example of how you might weave these boosters into your day. Morning. When you first wake up, instead of jumping straight into the day, give your body and your brain a gentle start. Stretch your arms, roll your shoulders, or even wiggle your toes. This wakes up your circulation and sends fresh oxygen to your brain. Then have a glass of water. Remember, a hydrated brain is an alert brain. After that, maybe read a page or two of a book, or even a short article in the newspaper. That little bit of reading is like breakfast for your mind. Afternoon. This is a perfect time for a brain refresher. Take a short walk outside if you can. Notice the trees, the flowers, or even the people you pass by. Nature itself is a booster, and movement gets the brain humming. When you return, call a friend or chat with a neighbor. That conversation will spark memory, emotion, and connection. And don't forget a small snack, maybe an apple, a few nuts, or some colorful fruit. Your brain loves that natural fuel. Evening. As the day winds down, give your mind a gentle activity to close the evening on a positive note. Do a crossword puzzle, play a simple game, or jot a few lines in a journal about what you're grateful for. This not only boosts memory, but also lifts your mood. And before bed, try listening to calming music or practicing deep breathing. This signals to your brain that it's time to rest, recharge, and prepare for another bright tomorrow. See how simple that is? Nothing heavy, nothing stressful, just little moments throughout the day. And the best part is, when you stack these habits together, they create a rhythm that keeps your brain happy, sharp, and healthy without ever feeling like extra work. Think of it like weaving a quilt. One square at a time may not look like much, but when they're all stitched together, they make something warm, strong, and beautiful. Your daily boosters work the same way. Small steps that over time build a strong and joyful mind. Section 5. Encouragement and closing. My dear friends, we've spent this time together exploring some of the simplest yet most powerful ways to keep our minds strong and joyful. And if there's one thing I hope you take away today, it's this. A healthy brain doesn't come from big, complicated changes. It comes from the small, everyday habits we choose. Move your body just a little each day. Nourish yourself with good foods and water. Keep learning something new no matter how small. Stay connected to the people who brighten your life, and give yourself the gift of rest and relaxation. Each of these habits is like a seed, and when you plant them daily, they grow into a garden of strength, memory, and joy. And if you ever forget to do them, don't be hard on yourself. Just start again tomorrow, because every new day is another chance to boost your brain. So remember, you are never too old to grow, to learn, and to shine. Your brain is alive, adaptable, and full of possibility. And by giving it these small daily boosters, you're not only protecting your memory and focus, you're giving yourself the gift of living each day with more clarity, confidence, and joy. If you found today's video helpful, I'd love for you to join our growing family here on the channel. Go ahead and click the subscribe button, and don't forget to tap the little bell so you'll be notified whenever I share a new video. That way we can continue this journey together, learning, growing, and keeping our minds happy and healthy at every stage of life. Until next time, my friends, take care of yourselves, stay joyful, and keep boosting that beautiful brain of yours. I'll see you very soon.